Your taxes are due on Tuesday, and if you're a procrastinator, there are a couple of ways to get an extension, so listen up. If you fall into that group that doesn't owe the government anything, the process is pretty easy. Just use IRS Form 4868 to file an extension, giving you until October 16th to turn in that return. But that will not buy you time if you owe money. So if you have to pay Uncle Sam but don't have that money right now, experts have some solutions for you.
Well, there are two ways the IRS is going to charge you or may charge you. One is for failure to pay penalties. If you file for an extension, you won't be facing those. You'll still be paying interest on the balance you owe.
And if you need just a little more time to come up with that cash, ask the IRS for an additional 4 months to make the payment or arrange to make monthly payments. However, that will cost you $225 to set up. That's the fee. And remember, if you pay with a credit card, the IRS interest rate is 4%, and you will also have to shell out a couple of bucks in a convenience fee. Today is a very important day for Christians all around the world. Good Friday is one of the holiest days on the Christian calendar. And at the Vatican, Pope Francis led an incredible and a special service. Some 20,000 people came to the Colosseum in Rome to hear the pontiff speak. Good Friday is the day Christians recall the day Jesus died on the cross before his resurrection on Easter Sunday. And a night of worship and giving back tonight at Bridgestone Arena. A sold-out crowd packed the venue for Good Friday Nashville, headlined by Grammy Award winner Chris Tomlin. The event united families and churches for a night of praise, but it was also about serving others. All proceeds from the concert will go to two groups that help children find their forever homes. That's Tennessee Kids Belong and also TN Foster. That's a program spearheaded by Governor Bill Haslam and First Lady Christy Haslam. Both were in attendance tonight.
It's the church gathering together to worship God and then really be the church, and that is take care of people and take care of the needs of the city and the state. And what a privilege to do that. What an amazing thing to use the platform of music to bring people together and to do something amazing in this city.
Chris Tomlin tells us they have Bridgestone Arena on hold for the next 7 years to keep Good Friday Nashville going into the next decade. Still ahead here at 10, the political shockwaves of the bomb dropped in Afghanistan are being felt as far away as North Korea, and the White House is watching. The hefty price tag for one of the most famous casinos on the Vegas Strip after it goes up in flames. We are now seeing video showing the exact moment the so-called mother of all bombs crashed into an Afghanistan mountain. Afghan officials say the bomb killed 36 ISIS fighters. ISIS had built tunnels and caves in the mountains for protection, but that didn't stop the bomb's devastation. The Pentagon has been working on this mission for months, and they positioned the weapon in Afghanistan during the Obama administration. Tensions are escalating in North Korea during the country's most important holiday. As Craig Boswell explains, the weekend celebrations could include a missile launch and even nuclear testing.
North Korea's Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs isn't mincing words. He told CBS News his country is ready to strike first if it's provoked, including possibly using nuclear weapons.
If the U.S. comes up with a dangerous military option, then the first card is in our hands. We'll deal with it with our preemptive strike. This means war.
Tensions in the Korean peninsula have escalated since North Korea started testing nuclear and ballistic missiles. A U.S. Navy strike group is making its way to the region. The North Korean government official also told CBS News the Trump administration is deliberately inciting a military conflict by sending the aircraft carrier group and continuing U.S. military exercises in South Korea. Saturday is the most important day of the year in North Korea. Dictator Kim Jong-un presided over a military parade to mark the 105th anniversary of his grandfather's birth, the country's founder. He also may order another round of missile tests or a nuclear test, which would be its sixth since 2006.
The nuclear test will take place at a time at a place that the supreme leadership deems necessary.
Earlier this week, the U.S. military readied almost 24 fighter planes in Japan.
We reconfigured every one of those F-15s with live ordnance inside of 24 hours and put them back on status and ready to fight.
A military official says the U.S. does not intend to use force against North Korea unless the country targets another. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
A new development tonight after a 10-day nationwide manhunt. The man who mailed an anti-religion, anti-government manifesto to the president, then robbed a gun store, has been captured. Jacob Jakubowski was found camping on a farmer's property in Wisconsin. The farmer became suspicious after about an hour-long conversation with him and then called police. Investigators confiscated 4 handguns, a long rifle, a samurai sword, and a copy of that 161-page manifesto. Looks like it'll take about $500,000 to fix fire damage to the famous Bellagio Hotel and Casino. Take a look at this. Parts of the Las Vegas Strip had to be shut down after flames started shooting from the hotel's roof last night. The blaze even sent debris flying into the casino's famous fountain. Right now, the cause of the fire is still under investigation, but officials think it may have been electrical. In Franklin, Kentucky, neighbors are creating colorful works of art outside. The main square is being yarn bombed for the 10th annual Cherry Blossom Art Festival and Earth Day. Artists from the gallery on the square, students, and anonymous yarn bombers have been putting their knitting needles to work, making impromptu art installations all around those trees.